How about the Cardinals? The Cardinals, I'm gonna make this admission right now. I wish I would have gone all in on the Cardinals. I said this about the Commanders earlier in the year because when I did my preseason picks, I said I think the Commanders will be good, but not yet take the step to the playoffs. And the Commanders proved me wrong, and I wish I would have been bold enough to predict that. Similarly, I wish I would have been bold enough to predict the Cardinals because I thought about it. But I turned out and said, no, I'm not going to be bold like that. I'm going to pick the Rams to win the division. I'm going to pick the Niners to get a wild card. And I'm going to pick the Cardinals to finish in third. I should have seen this coming. Kyler is good. Look, Kyler Murray's good. Jonathan Gannon has got that defense playing well. And Kyler Murray's balling out. And the Bears, it went into a tough conditions. By the way, since when was it hailing in Arizona? I know it's November, winter weather, but we do not normally see hail in Arizona. It's like the whole climate change thing, right? Global warming. It's not global warming. If it was global warming, it'd be 80 degrees, which it was in New York, by the way. Halloween, New York City, 80 degrees. But it's climate change, right? That's why we can't call it global warming, because in Arizona, November 4th, it is hailing in Arizona. Doesn't matter for the Cardinals. They win pretty handily, 29-9 over Chicago. The Bears don't score in the second half. Caleb Williams, his second straight game without a touchdown. Bears fans are overreacting, as they often do. I think it's funny how teams will lose one game and their fan base just completely overreacts. It's like the Colts fans. The overreaction after one game is that they should fire Shane Steichen. Like, come on. And similarly, Bears fans have decided that some of them, well, the Justin Fields truthers were out in full force yesterday, trying to say that the Bears should have kept Fields and not drafted Caleb, which is blatantly stupid. The Bears are a much better team with Caleb already. Justin Fields won 10 games there in 3 years. Caleb's going to win probably 8 or 9 in his first year there. So if you actually think Justin Fields was better than Caleb, you're dumb. I'm sorry, you are. You're wrong. Just there's no facts to back that up. Nothing. Caleb's more talented, better thrower, better runner. Well, maybe not better runner. Better in the pocket, better with a lead, better when trailing, better in the elements, better leader, more coachable, better arm strength, better accuracy, better playmaking ability. He's better in every facet except for maybe with his legs. So then the other section of Bears fans is out there, the Jaden Daniels truthers are saying, well, we made a mistake. We should have drafted Jaden number 1 instead of Caleb. And not only should we draft Jaden instead of Caleb, the entire coaching staff needs to be fired for not bringing Jaden in for an interview, which I agree. They probably should have looked at Jaden a little bit more, but there was always an argument for Caleb to be number 1. I said I thought Jaden should be the number 1 overall pick. I said I thought Jaden was better. But I still think that it's too early to blatantly be like, yep, we made a mistake. Like, it's game 8, and you're 4-4, and a little bit ago you were 4-2, and you're still probably gonna win 8 or 9 games, and it's year 1. And then the Eberflus truthers were out there, the Colin Cowherds of the world, are out there claiming that you need an offensive coach, and you must fire Eberflus. And I do kind of see where they come from. I think you got to see how it goes with Eberflus. But I will say this. If the Bears implode, when I say implode, I mean if they win 6 games, like they were 4-2, if they implode and end up winning 6 games, that's when you fire Eberflus. But if they win 8, 9 games, it's going to be tough to justify firing Matt Eberflus, even if you think, yeah, maybe we can do better. Maybe we can find an offensive guy, but you look at their schedule and you're like, I see wins on their schedule. Like I think they win 9 games right now is what I'm projecting. New England, they can win. I think they can split with Minnesota. I think they can split with Detroit potentially, or Green Bay. Yeah, the division's gonna be tough, but I feel like Green Bay is beatable. Minnesota's beatable. Maybe not Detroit. The Niners, they could beat the Niners. They could beat the Seahawks. The Niners aren't good this year. The Niners are 4-4, same record. Seattle's 4-5. They could beat Seattle on a Thursday night. Like, I see some wins on that schedule. I really do. Now, maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe they're going to get blown out by the Packers twice, blown out by the Vikings twice, blown out by the Lions twice. And maybe the Seahawks and 49ers get them, and they end up only winning one more game the rest of the way against New England. Maybe that happens. Personally, I think that they are better than that. I think they can beat the Packers or the Vikings and Seattle, but we'll see. But that is what's going to determine. I mean, I think Eberflus probably has to win 7 or 8 games to keep his job. And meanwhile, with the Cardinals, I'm going all in. I think they win that division. I think they win the West. I've had the Rams for the first 8 weeks of the season. From the preseason, I've been very consistent. I said the Rams are going to win the West. Even when the Rams were 1-4, and the Cardinals at that point were 2-2, and the Seahawks were 3-1, I said the Rams are going to find a way to come back and win the division. Now the Rams have won 3 straight, but so have the Cardinals, and the Cardinals dominated the Rams when they played. So I've got the Cardinals winning the West from here on out. That could totally change, and it probably will. When do they play the Rams again? Huh? Week 17. That week 17 could be for the division. Week 18 definitely could be for the division. You see how I have it playing out, though? I'm going to show you. This is my projections for the NFC West. Cardinals 9-8, Rams 9-8. Cardinals get the tiebreaker though. Niners and Seahawks both go 8-9. So very close. What that means is that probably every week I'm going to have a new winner of that division.